A lean purse to a man no longer able to earn, or to a family without its head, is a sore tragedy. For those of you who have been broke before, you know how frustrating it can be to have emergencies, good business ideas, debts, and not be able to raise funds to take the appropriate steps. So imagine being broke in one's old age, when one can no longer work, or should no longer be working, and not having anything nor anyone to rely on. It would surely be a sore tragedy. So according to the author of the book, it behoves a man to make preparation for a suitable income in the days to come, when he is no longer young, and to make preparations for his family should he be no longer with them to comfort and support them. Let me quickly run through a few ways a man can make preparation for a suitable income in the days to come. Number 1. Through insurance. There's someone I know who lost her husband some years ago. Luckily for her, the company her husband was working for before he died had taken out a life insurance for him. So when he passed on, she was paid a huge sum of money by the insurance company. She has been able to take better care of herself and her kids because of the money she was paid. Number 2. Through pensions. For those of you who may be skeptical about pensions, I think you should give it a second look. It works. If you currently have a pensions account though, I would recommend that you update the information on the documents you signed that are with your PFA and correct any errors you may have made on any of the documents. And just for your information, you have some level of access to the funds in your RSA before you reach retirement age. If you've been out of a job for more than 6 months, you have access to 25% of your pensions. You also have access to 50% of your VC, your voluntary contributions, after 2 years. A few years ago, I applied for 25% of my pensions and I was paid without any real stress. And guess what? The money that's left in my RSA, which I may no longer have access to until I get to the retirement age, is still growing. Number 3. Through shares. I remember when I was still working at the bank, there was this customer that had bought shares for himself, his wife, and all his kids in the 80s. And the value of the shares had grown tremendously. And every year, he would pay in dividends into his account and the accounts of his wife and kids. And sometimes, the amount on the dividend of one of his kids was in hundreds of thousands of naira, while his was in millions. And this was about 15 years ago. So, if you do it right, the dividends you would earn from the shares you buy today may be sufficient to take care of your needs in old age or the needs of your family when you've been taken to the other side. Number 4. Through business. Your small business can feed you in your old age if you do it right. To do it right and grow it into what can serve as a retirement plan for you, here are a few things to consider doing. 1. Register your business as a limited liability company. 2. Document all your business processes. 3. Keep proper financial records. 4. Pay your taxes and get every necessary permits needed to run the type of business you're running. 5. Start hiring professionals to handle certain key roles in the business. 6. Define the ownership of your company and start working on a succession plan. 7. Get your kids involved in the business if they are not already involved. Teach them the basics of business, like how to read financial statements, the business structure, and how to execute their rights as owners. The 5th way a man can make preparation for a suitable income in the days to come is through properties. There's a friend of mine, when his father got really sick, it was rent money his family used in paying for the man's medical bills and some other expenses. As long as you buy properties based on their usefulness and future value, you would keep earning from them year after year and in your old age. Don't forget to secure your properties. Make sure you have all the necessary documents to prove ownership. You or your family members might need these documents in the years to come. So finally, one other way you can make preparation for a suitable income in the days to come is through your children. You can make this happen by giving your children the best life you can afford to give them. Let me explain what I mean by the best life. It means giving them the best education. Send them to high quality schools. It means giving them the best discipline. Correct them swiftly once they begin to go astray. It means giving them the best home training. Teach them the value of respect, hard work, integrity, courage, love for neighbor, charity, and the fear of God. It means giving them the best positioning. Empower them with dual citizenship. Yes, I hope you know what I mean. Teach them the value of money and how to make money very early in life. Your children may end up becoming your most valuable and profitable retirement plan. I'm going to end today's talk with the following excerpts from the book. No man can afford not to insure a treasure for his old age and the protection of his family, no matter how prosperous his business and his investment may be. Join me tomorrow as I talk about the last cure.